Hey, what's up guys? Today it's all about the marathon. In my opinion, one of the most epic running courses or running events that you can do. It's the main event, the marathon. There's nothing higher. Yes, there are ultras, but in my opinion, it's one of the highest events that you can do. And we just enlisted, as of a few weeks ago, we enlisted in a marathon. And I wanted to take you along on the journey of how I'll be doing the training, what I'm planning to do regarding volume, mileage, what kind of training I'll be doing. So if that sounds interesting, follow along and let's go! A good marathon starts with good preparation. So we are 4 months out from the marathon, and I wanted to take you along in how I'll be training for those next 4 months and how I'll be adding some volume, what kind of training I'll be doing. So we built a spreadsheet, and this is the spreadsheet, and we're gonna take a closer look on how I'm planning my training. As you can see, we are 4 months out, so we have 4 training blocks, and I kept it quite simple. We're doing a 3-week on, 1 week off kind of program. So that means we'll be building up volume and intensity for 3 weeks, and then we'll have a rest day. So if we go into the training schedule a little more in detail, we can see that we have our first week where we don't have too much training going on. That's because the Sunday beforehand I did a quarter triathlon, and I'm building in some rest time before actually restarting training. Planned a long run and then a long bike ride, which I have just finished, because today we are on Monday, on the first rest day of the second week of our first block. So tomorrow there's gonna be an interval session, and I combined running with some cycling, because cycling is just something that I really love to do, and I really like this kind of cross training because it takes away some of the impact that you have with running awake, since bike riding doesn't have too much of an impact, but you're still building that aerobic base. So that's what I wanted to keep in this training schedule, some cycling here and there. So the week which we are currently at is week 2. We are currently the 12th of June, and today, as I said, is rest day. Tomorrow we have an interval session of 8 kilometers. Everything you see here is in kilometers, and we're doing a 4 times 1k kilometer on. So it's an over-under kind of session where we'll be going above threshold and then back below. And I know my thresholds. If this is something you don't know, ask a trainer, ask somebody who knows his stuff, how to get or how to know where your thresholds are, because they're very important if you really want to build some speed, some endurance, and this can really help you if you know where your thresholds are. So this will be for me 4 times 1k at around 3:30 minutes per kilometer. Next, we have this week an easy run on Wednesday morning, an easy bike ride Wednesday evening, again an easy run on Thursday, which the easy run will be, depending on how I'm feeling, will be more of a recovery pace or some light endurance work. And then Friday we have the long run. The long run is supposed to be a run where we might actually pick up the pace for a few kilometers or miles, to really set that marathon pace. And Sunday, as you can see, we'll be doing a long bike ride, which will be around 100k this week, might be 120k for next week, but we'll see how it goes. This will kind of depend on how I'm feeling and how my fatigue is building, since this is a very ambitious training plan because we're really building up the mileage here, or as I said, the kilometers. This gives you a general outlook on the right side here on what I'll be doing in a week, running and cycling wise. So the week we are currently in, I'll be running 40 kilometers and I'll be riding 160 kilometers with the bike. Below it, just below it, you can see a combined amount. It's not just the two numbers added up, so no, your math is not wrong on this one. I try to get a feel on what it would be if I use cycling also as something to build the kilometers or the mileage during these sessions per week. So I ended up dividing whichever number I'm riding on the bike by 5. And that's what I thought would be similar to what I would be doing in a run. So this is 40 kilometers running, 160 kilometers divided by 5, which turns out to be 32. So in total, this would be around the same as 72 kilometers just running. And this is to kind of get a feel on how I'm building up the kilometers week by week. Because if I'm using cycling also as a way to build some extra mileage, it's very important to also keep track of it. So this is how the first block is looking. As you can see, usually the weeks are divided into the same. We have an interval session, easy run, easy bike ride, long run, bike ride, long, every week. That's mainly because my work schedule and my schedule picking up the daughter from school, meeting friends, and so forth only allows these moments to really train week in, week out. So if something were to happen and the training schedule or the general schedule would take a small overhaul, then also the training schedule would change. But as of this moment, this is how I'm able to get those runs in, since I don't have so much spare time on other days. We are doing the same week by week, and if we're looking at total mileage, this is where we'll be putting most emphasis on. We really want to build up some mileage for the marathon. Other events like a 5K, 10K, 10 miles, half marathon, I would be doing a lot, and then I mean a lot more speed work. But with the marathon, I feel like it's mostly going to be about the kilometers, mileage, which we can build up. So that's also what this training plan is more focused on. This is very ambitious for me because I've never done more than 40 kilometers running in 1 week in my life. And now I'll be doing a lot more. This is not only just the kilometers, but also some cycling involved. But still, this will be very ambitious, even for me. And the goal is actually to someday run a marathon in under 3 hours. So hugely ambitious, since this will also be my first marathon. But I really feel like if you're setting an ambitious goal, you will strive harder to make it happen. If I'm talking about the long run and I'm doing marathon pace will be at 4:15 kilometers, 4:15 minutes per kilometer, since that's the pace I'll be needing to run if I want to do the marathon under 3 hours. For those wondering why there's no additional core or strength training scheduled in this training plan, that's because I like lifting in general. So I know I'll be picking up some weights here and there and doing some strength and stability work anyways. I also work as a physiotherapist, so I have everything at my disposal to just anytime I have some free space, pick up some weights and do whatever I need to be doing. Also, when I feel like the training sessions are very hard on the body, I will do some prehab and rehab work whenever necessary. So I didn't plan this because I know I'll be doing it anyways, but if you are the kind of person that needs to plan this, make sure you put it in your training schedule. Anyways, this was the training schedule. So this was the general outlook on how I'm going to train. I didn't go into detail about what run I'll be running at what pace, because that's very specific and we can do it for each training session that we'll be planning. But I hope I can update you on how training plans are going and show you here and there how a training went. I'm very excited for the marathon. I love to get running and get those miles going. We'll see if the body can also handle this. I hope I'll be seeing you in the next video. If you have any marathon planned this year or in the near future, let me know. I'd love to hear about them. If not, also good. If you have another race, also let me know. And as most YouTubers are calling out, if you like this video, like it, subscribe to the channel, because we'll be putting out more and more content as weeks go by, and I'd hope to see you in the next video. Let's